would be limiting withdrawals on one of their flagship credit funds that currently has, or at least had, $26 billion worth of assets under management. Now, I know that there is a lot going on in the world right now, and compared to some of the headlines we have seen in the past week, this might sound pretty minor. But a hiccup like this in these markets could genuinely be the sign, symptom, and cause of something much scarier. On one hand, people pulling money out of these kinds of funds is a sign that things are not going well amongst even the most high-end investors. On the other hand, the fact that they can't get their money out is a symptom of people predicting things are about to get much worse. And on the third hand, a shocking amount of everyday businesses have been propped up by the easy lending done by these firms. If their money stops flowing, it could easily cause much larger knock-on effects throughout the real economy in extremely direct ways. days. But before we get too hyperbolic, it's important to understand exactly what these funds were supposed to do, and more importantly, what they have actually been doing. Because depending on your interpretation of this business model, this headline is either little more than dumb investors not understanding what they invested in, or it's the modern equivalent of a bank run. The total debt outstanding in this highly risky class of finance is now over $2 trillion, almost twice as much as the $1.3 trillion in subprime mortgage lending done in 2008. And with an alarming number of parallels, it's clear to see why some people are getting nervous. Now, that alone is not great. But it gets worse. If one BlackRock fund really was the only fund having problems, it could probably just be written off as a concerning but ultimately isolated incident. Unfortunately though, this week's announcement was just the latest and so far largest example of major issues in these multi-trillion-dollar private markets.
I want to start with BlackRock.
BlackRock said that about 54% of investors' redemption requests were granted. That means
for a loan to go from 100 to 0, something really dramatic has had to happen to the company.
Walgreens is laying off workers.
About 500 locations will close before the end of the current fiscal year.
Blue Owl Capital closed almost 8% lower.
Blue Owl has become kind of the whipping boy for private credit.
Private equity, private credit is a mess.
Firms are saying this will be the year. We'll see if that's the case.
Okay, so just like private equity, the definition of private credit is actually pretty broad. Private credit is just any lending done by non-bank institutions in privately negotiated terms rather than being done through corporate bond sales. If you were
La 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 la. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You don't fuck with me. There I go. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know why that changed. I don't know what happened. It's not a bit. I don't know what exactly happened, but something happened. I don't know. It just decided not to work tonight. I didn't change anything. Just likes to fuck with me sometimes.
to loan money to a friend so that they can start their business, that is
It's not the unmute button. I know the basic stuff. Look, there's a lot of buttons and knobs and, you know, it's overwhelming sometimes. I joined a boat club. That's what I was doing today instead of Daywave. I joined a boat club. So, we're going to be boating. That's what I was saying. And I was trying to write you a note saying this is not a bit, but that was hopeless. Not a very professional show I'm running here. I'm fine with that as long as you guys are too.
Technically private credit. But today, the scope and scale of these private deals for huge amounts of debt
probably is Knobs Dog's fault. It's Knobs Dog's fault, right? He doesn't donate, so I can't afford to have like a professional team here.
For three distinct reasons. In the bad old days, if a business...
I don't need a boat. I have a boat club now. I could just take one of their boats, right? They have a bunch of boats, and I call them, and I'm like, I'm going to take your boat. And they're like, okay, come take a boat. And I take their boat.
To raise cash, but it didn't want to sell shares, it would...
There's no boat. I don't need a boat now. I have no need for a boat. There's no longer a need for a boat because there's boats there. I'm going to go take out a boat.
Either go to its bank to take out
I did it, Renee's. You didn't believe in me. You're like, you're never going to have a jet ski. And you're right. I still don't have a jet ski. But now I could go rent pontoon boats. I can go ride bow riders. I can there's center consoles. I can rent them all, right? It's free too. I get to do it as many times as I want. It's not exactly cheap, but I have access to boats now.
Loan from them, or if the company
They're not my boats. But yeah, name my boat.
was really large, it could issue.
I was thinking Jenny from the dock. Is that good? Jenny from the dock?
Bonds with set terms just like the federal government does for its debt. The system worked
thought that was cute.
enough for a while. But then several things changed that allowed private credit to slip in between the cracks and eventually become one of the most important lending facilities in the global economy. The first was that, starting in 1982,
Or the backstreet buoys?
like most good things, the number of individual banks in America peaked, and it has been consistently downhill since then. Today, there are less than a third as
Briggers with attitude?
many commercial banks as there were 40 years ago. And that
Not the Breakfast Nine. Not the Breakfast Nine. That's terrible.
happened at the same time the overall financial industry got much, much larger in both absolute.
What was yours? What was yours, Renee's? What? What was yours? You need boat. What made you cackle? Was it the first one? Jenny from the dock?
terms and as a share of the overall economy. All of this to say what you probably already knew. Banks responded to the lack of anti-competitive enforcement and too big to fail bailouts by getting too big to fail. Today,
What if you guys can't actually hear me and then you're just humoring me so I don't go fucking nanners in here? Right? I don't like start smashing my monitors and computer. Then you never see me again. You just no one actually hears me. Right? This is just some fucking Charlie Chaplin shit. And I'm doing a silent film. I would believe it. I'd be like, they're really supportive. I would be touched by that, right? They don't want me to just flip out and take this out on my wife. And so they're just pretending they can hear me now.
the average bank is not really interested in providing loans to individual companies.
My kids aren't going to college. I'm not going to name it my college kids fund. No, they're not going to college. I'm going to be like, no, you don't need to come back gay. Thanks.
Outside of very rigid conditions, because their skill means that they can make more money with broad market products. An easy way to
Couch Surfing says, no, you've gotten so much better with your anger, honey. I've gotten better at my anger. I'm better at being angry.
think of this is that a local burger shop might make a special order burger just for you and your friends if you patronize them enough. But no matter
What is Chuck going to figure out? He's still muted. Shut
many
up.
times you do go to McDonald's, they aren't going to alter their menu for you. Extremely large banks just
Land is gay. There was a boat in South Carolina named Land is Gay. That's pretty funny.
make more money by offering standardized
It's not punny enough, right? It's not punny.
products that they can scale endlessly, like mortgages, credit cards, and non-bespoke lending. Additionally, to play devil's advocate a bit, heightened regulation in the wake of the GFC has also made it much harder
Dark Side of the Moon. Pink Floyd.
for traditional banks to give out loans
I'm gonna think of a bunch. Let's think of a million ones. And
to companies unless they already had a lot of
I'm still Jenny from the dock is pretty good. Still,
assets
I
in place
think
as security. In almost every economics textbook ever, we are normally told that the role of banks is to secure depositors' money and use some of that liquidity to lend to new businesses so that they have the opportunity to go on and produce more value. The reality is that this barely happens at all anymore.
anchor management's pretty good.
bank
I like anchor management.
has been directed towards mortgages, personal loans, student loans, car loans, and lending to very large established companies. So this opened a hole in the market that was
Aquaholic, something
exploited
like
by
that.
far more flexible private lenders who could make a loan for pretty much anything. The second major factor driving the unprecedented growth of the private credit market has been the equally unprecedented growth of the private equity market. Now, we have
Yeah, Jess is excited too. She's gonna be my hoe. It's gonna be boats and hoes. And well, no, it's gonna be me and my wife and my kids. So it's not gonna be boats and it'll be fun though.
spoken a lot about the extremely complicated
They need me to take a course, right? There's like a whole ass course that I need to here's the course. Wait, is this the course? Wait, did it not save? Hold on, you watch this.
Love the magnet.
No, that's not even it either. This is all wrong.
debt structuring done by private equity firms on this channel before. And I respect your time, so I will keep this brief. And if you do want a refresher, I'll leave a link to our old How Private Equity Works video in the description. But the basic rundown...
Yeah, there's a course. There's a course right here. Nope, I ain't it. How many tabs do I have? Several hundred. I have several hundred. I can't get my sound to work. It's just a mess, you guys. It's just an absolute mess. This is the course. I gotta do like... I've been doing it for like hours already, and there's still like several hours to go. And I guess I'm gonna be a captain or just basic boat knowledge guy. I wouldn't call myself a captain. Admiral Sulk. Admiral Sulk? Does that have a good ring to it? Is that good? Is that good for you guys?
Different.
That's not the right one.
Is that a fun...
I'm going to crash this boat. But it's okay, because they handle all the insurance and everything like that, so if I crash it, it's no big deal. For me, I could just get off and walk away, whistling, like super nonchalant. I'll be like, that ain't my boat. It's on fire. I would never keep a fire boat.
We'll raise money from investors and use that as effectively a down payment to borrow more money.
I like Professor Dickweed. That's not even... okay, first of all, you have to go like through like a dissertation and stuff and like several years of dickweed school I can't.
To buy a portfolio of private companies, which will each get to take out their own loans to pay back the original fund, which will use that money as a further down...
Sulky semen. Oh, I could name the boat Mouthful of Semen. Like a river mouth. Or like... largemouth bass or something. It doesn't have to, you know.
Payment for more debt to go and buy more companies.
Semen on the poop deck.
That will take on more debt. This isn't even mentioning the secondaries funds or the managers of limited investors who themselves often use their stake in a fund as security for further personal lending. The whole system relies on debt, piled on debt, piled on debt to maximize leverage for higher potential returns, and also to manage liquidity.
I'd be the professor in a Gilligan's Island situation. Yeah, I could make some coconut radios and stuff. I wouldn't be the skipper. Who would be the skipper? Nobody would be the skipper. It would be me alone on the island, and I would play all the parts, including Marianne. I would think I'm sexy, and I would tuck my wiener in and dance around the beach naked. I'd be going fucking crazy. I was marooned on an island. There's nothing I can do.
Companies are notoriously hard to sell if an investor wants to cash
a salty mouthful is a little bit better. You're right.
So using debt instead of a sale.
Royce would make an excellent skipper. You're absolutely right. He's got the shape, dude.
Lets them facilitate those transactions within reason. Now, hopefully it should go without saying that this whole thing is incredibly risky. And the only institutions that have really been willing to operate in the space have been private credit funds. And well, you have...
Virgie is Marianne? No. Just no. No. Virgie can be the head. He's the one everyone shits on.
Probably guess by now
pisses on. No, that would be Frozen.
Raise money and take on debt in much the same way as these private...
Frozen's used to being on boats. That's how he got here.
Equity buyout funds do. As investors in these funds saw that they could make 20% returns every year on paper, more money piled in, which helps to make those...
We're halfway through this video. I don't even know what we were talking about. We had like audio issues, and then I made up like a bunch of punny boat names. Yeah.
Earlier investments looked even better. This system of debt on debt on debt on debt on debt on debt in a growing market has generated some fantastic paper returns and made private credit just as, if not more, attractive than private equity itself. And that's why the third thing that has allowed private credit to grow so quickly is that unlike the private equity funds, they don't need...
All right, fine. I didn't even get the first part of that. And besides... I had a bunch of shit thought out. I'm not going to lie to you.
With its unique...
So I just don't say anything. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. And then just stop talking completely. Because I'm not going to tell you the truth either.
Magnetic suspension system. The sensation of bouncing on a cushion of...
Why would I tell you the truth? That would be lame. I don't
You
want to
guys
do
loved it.
that.
The amount of comments asking all sorts of questions, but there was one comment that particularly caught my eye.
Can you do this with skate?
The video's just background noise. I'm here for the chat. You know, this is a show I do. This isn't just a chat room I host. This is a show I do. I try to make jokes and stuff. And you know what? I actually try to inform sometimes. At least on Daywave, it's just madness, right? There's no sense coming from that. But like, I try to like get a point across. But sometimes I just don't have it. You know? It's been a busy day. I've been all over the place today, right? I got up and I rolled out of bed at 9 a.m. like an animal, dude. 9 a.m.? Fuck that noise. It was closer to 9:45, but let's not split hairs here. I went to the dock. I walked around the dock, looked at a bunch of boats, and I was like, these are cool. And he was like, yeah, sign this paper. And I was like, here we go. And now I'm a member of the boat club, and pretty stoked on that. Then we walked around town for a little bit. And then we went back to the boat club because they were having like an event where they served beer and pizza. And I was like, okay, this is fun. I like this. And then I came back here at 7:45 and then sat down and I did this show. And then after this show, I'm going to go to bed, I imagine.
4 trucks now. What a great idea.
I want this board. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want this board. I think it would be fun. I think I'd break something. I would fall on it for sure. But that's just skateboarding in general. I've broken a lot of things. I've crashed on the skateboard many times.
Magnetic system.
Sounds like a real rough day, John. Did you get a mojito and a nap in too? No. I skipped my nap today because I was so busy. Thank you for asking, Farrell. We all got a little cranky towards the end there. My youngest son, Henry, was dancing so furiously that he fell and he scraped his forehead. And then he cried. Oh, he cried. But then he went back to dancing.
Suspension on a skateboard.
It's not like, it ain't killing my spirit. I'm like, you go, buddy. You go.
It's going to work. But either way, as soon as you mention skateboards, magnets, hovering, the first thing you think of course, is the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. Now, of course, this is fantastic, and people have had a lot of attempts at trying to recreate.
Dance is pain. Have you ever seen a 2-year-old dance? He's not 2 quite yet, but he's a very young boy. And he just spins in circles until he gets too dizzy, and then he falls over. And he goes, uh-oh.
And they've all kind of succeeded in some ways. You can spin magnets above a copper surface. That will hover. Doesn't
that's
hover
sweet.
very
That's sweet. Okay, that's sweet.
high, but it does hover. Or you can super freeze a superconductor above a magnetic track and do it like that. I've actually had a go on one of them. But there's one thing that they've all got in common. You can't just go wherever you want to go. You're either restricted to how big your copper plate is, or of course,
you know what else is cool is a one-wheel.
Where you've got a magnetic track. But we don't want that. We want ultimate freedom.
How much to name your next kid John? I don't know. You'd have to ask. I don't know. I don't want to name my kid John. I think that's weird, dude. I think naming your kid after yourself is kind of like, I don't know. That's weird. Because he's not you. He's another person. He's a different person. And like, what if he turns out to suck? What if he's gay? I don't know. No son of mine.
Freedom that skateboard gives you. So maybe magnetic suspension on a skateboard.
My daughter just yells at me in Russian all day. I'm sure there's a backstory to that. I don't know why your daughter knows Russian.
Is the closest.
Do you know Russian? Are you guys Russians? Do you speak Russian in the household and then come to this chat and speak English? Because that would be weird.
We're going to get to this becoming a reality. So I'm thinking, how are we going to do this?
I don't know. Jess, how much to name our next kid? How much do you want the chat to donate to name our next kid?
If we can get like a skateboard and...
It would really be up to her because she's named the last 2. I don't really care. So I'm up to it if she's up to it. Whatever. Name it formaldehyde. That was the first thing that came to my mind. It would be a name. That's a for hide. I don't know.
And then above it, maybe have another skateboard, which is
Is she a Russian bot? Okay, I don't care.
somehow suspended above the original one with magnets. Magnetic
I'm fine. If
suspension.
she's a Russian bot, that's
So,
cool.
we're gonna
I don't care if you guys are all bots. As long as the donos keep rolling in, it's really not that big of a deal. I could just be speaking to a bunch of fucking phones, a bunch of iPhones in a Chinese server farm, right? And if they're sending me money, I'm not gonna poke a bunch of holes in it. All right? I don't see why I would.
I need some magnets
Looking a gift horse in the mouth.
that hold my whole weight up. We're going to need to do some tests. Okay, now the guys at Magnet Store have actually got 4 more of these 100
Kanye West the second. No.
by 30mm disc magnets left over from the Magnet project. Now, there's actually 2 of these stacked on top of each other.
How much for a middle name? Now, the middle name is something I do pick the middle names. I pick the middle names. I'm not going to tell you what I picked because I don't want to, like, dox my kids that much. All right? But I do pick the middle names. I'm pretty good at it. So
one of these little cell boxes here. But, of course, they're a bit too chunky for a skateboard.
Jess, how much, though? How much? We could really make out with this, right? We need to make that, the club payment. So how much? How much? How much?
So, will one magnet repelling another magnet be enough to hold my weight off the ground? Now, when we did the magnet...
Gurkamer. You just made that up, Dan Snot?
Like I made my little magnet pushback tester to see how much weight they would repel, but rather than going through all the effort of doing that...
13 Apostle says, perfect name, Anferny Not Black. It's hyphenated. So... they're going to think his parents are lesbians. Right? He goes to school. There, I see you have a hyphenated last name. Are your parents lesbians? Yeah.
Why don't we make something that's a little bit more applicable to what we're doing? So I think we'll make...
$50 is not going to cut it. $50 to name, even for a middle name, is not going to cut it.
Like a skateboard, house 2 magnets in that, and then get another board which sits above it, and then to stop it from flipping over or turning off, we'll just put 2 pins which go from the first board up through the second board.
Bartholomew is an actual name, right? I think it was a saint. It was a Saint Bartholomew.
Put it in position, and then I can stand on it and see if it takes my weight. So I pull the trucks off a skateboard, plasma cut out a nice base plate, drill some holes in it, countersink and deburr, and then fix the trucks to it. I then added some 3D printed housings for the magnets, carefully placed the magnets inside.
Let's name the robot John's Flashlight. That robot might be an anchor now. I might be tying something around its waist and using it as an anchor. Just shove it in. Right? I'm gonna make it stand. I'm gonna make concrete shoes for the robot. And he's gonna be really confused as I shove it into the water and just drag it along the bottom of the ocean.
And secured with a top retaining watery thingy. I then removed the second magnet from the box, and I thought while it was out, let's push it again.
Christian says $50 is a good deal. It's not your first kid after all. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not George Foreman, who's just like, George is a good name. Let's just keep racking off Georges. All right, George. 5 of his kids are named George. Even the girls are named George. So he's retarded. Obviously.
Against the one I've just housed. You can definitely feel there's a lot of force. So with the 2 magnets housed in the truck's frame, I now need a top board. So I laser cut out a piece of ply, fixed to it some more magnet 3D printed housing, and then slid in some linear bearings.
Picked hyphen for the middle name. Like something hyphen Porter. No, that'd be dumb. Hyphen, no, that's dumb, dude. No, it's spelled hyphen, Hyphen. No.
I then place the magnets into the board, secure with a cover plate, and then fight the magnetic forces against my tools. Then, after adding some pins to the shaft...
Jess was thinking if we had a daughter, she'd name her, like, Valkyrie or something like that. And I'm like... She's like, call her Val. I'm like, no, don't call... No, because people are going to, like, call her Valtrex or something like that. Herpes medication. And shit like that. I don't know. I don't make daughters anyway. I make sons. You can tell because I'm manly. This is a theory of mine. I think, and nobody take offense to this, all right? If you have daughters, don't take offense to this. I feel like more feminine men tend to make daughters. It just seems like that to me, right? I've seen men who make a lot of daughters. And they seem kind of like bitches. Just a little bit more, right? You make sons, you're a little bit more masculine, right? You make sons, that's could just be me, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Massey has slide the board
Why?
over the pins and watch it bounce on its magnetic repulsion.
Don't say Gertrude, because Jess will name our daughter Gertrude. She will love the name Gertrude. I think her Warcraft character was named Gertrude.
I mean, that's...
Lucas says, fuck you, John. Downvote? Is that a downvote, sir? Are you going to downvote me that? Because it smells like bitch in here. It smells like bitch in here.
Now, these pins are too long at the minute. But
I said don't take offense. I said don't take offense. And right away, Lucas is like, I'm offended. I have daughters. Do you make specifically... It says stream disliked.
Luckily enough, I've made them in 2 parts. So, while kneeling on the board, I can unscrew the top part and replace it with...
Look, okay. Farrell says, John, your next kid is 100% going to be a girl. You always talk cash money shit and get your shit pushed in. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the children I create. That's just what I do for a living. But that's okay. I've already made 2 sons, right? I'm talking men who make specifically daughters, right? Like, you have 5 kids, you have 5 fucking daughters, right? I mean, like, or even like 4. Mostly daughters or mostly sons. I'm talking mostly, okay? If I had like 3 girls, I wouldn't be saying this right now. I would be thinking it, but I wouldn't be saying it to you guys. But I would be thinking it. And I would be like, this doesn't seem like me. Right? Because I make boys. I got boy nuts. These are man nuts. Lucas, what's your vagina look like? Is that where you're...
Now.
I'm just saying. Right? Right?
You can stand on it.
Right, here we go. Is it going to take my weight?
I'm not helping. I'm not trying... Renee's, you think this is a self-help show? I'm not helping anybody by doing this show. I try, and that's a mistake. I've learned that this show is not going to help anybody. It's simply going to burn time, which is something, and probably hurt a few people's feelings, like Lucas there, who makes daughters. Like a bitch.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, Lucas. You know what? I didn't know that about you when you were disliking my stream. So, but it makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Sorry.
Oh.
Lucas, how many daughters do you have? Tell me. You're absolutely going to have a daughter, he says. I'll be fine if I have a daughter. I will not be fine if I have a daughter. If I have a daughter, I might be a little pissed. If I have a daughter, dude, I don't know what I don't know what I would do if I had a daughter. Like, when I had my first son and we found out it was a boy, I was like, yes, fucking awesome. And then when I had my second son and we found out it was a boy, I was like, nice. And now I just have like a thing, right? I come from a family of boys, right? So it just makes sense that I make boys. And it's just, I doubt I'm going to have a daughter.
Oh, yes. What are we like, 3 minutes into this video? This is already way better than I expected.
I would ride this. This is cool. I would ride this shit. That looks fun.
I mean, to all intents and purposes, that feels like a...
Lucas says if you have girls, your genes are 100% going to survive. If you have boys, it's like nature saying, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Because if you have boys, they actually have to compete. Girls just get... I don't want to say it, Lucas. I don't want to be rude or anything like that. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. But I have complete faith in my boys. They're very good-looking boys. I don't think it's going to be a problem. They're smart. They're handsome. It's going to work. Okay?
Overboard. It's bouncing, but yet I can move. Okay, this works way better than I imagined it to, and I'm looking at it thinking, why hasn't anybody done this before? Now, I think this...
Dan Snot says, my buddy has like 4 or 5 daughters. He's a pretty tough dude. Well, of course he does. He's got to be tough because he's trying to cover up being an F-slur. I want to say it so bad. Fuck you, YouTube. Oh, I should have said it. Now I'm the F-slur.
This is definitely skatable. It's got a few weak spots in here because it's going to bend here and here. So I think I'm going to make...
I need a button that says it. Right? You know, like how the Staples has an easy button? Like, that was easy. I want one that says, that's an F-slur. Would that get past the censors? I think that might get past the censors.
Make another one, make it a little bit stronger. But the reason why I think this is very skatable is obviously when you stand on a skateboard to steer...
Dan Stott says, I hope John has a daughter. Why? Because you want another woman to shoot you down?
You kind of twist the board.
Is that what it is, Dan? There's not enough doing it right now. You need another one?
Twist the trucks. And because we've got these pins connecting the two bits together, that translates through it, meaning I think you'll be able to steer it. So, unlike a hoverboard, which of course has no connection...
Bruce Willis has 3 daughters, and he doesn't remember having 3 daughters. That's sad. That's sad, actually. I regret making that joke, but it's true. He has no idea.
...connection to anything. This thing kind of feels like you're bouncing.
Lucas, to be clear, you talk like an F-slur, and your shit's all retarded.
...on something, but will work.
You know what, Lucas? I'm gonna dislike your stream. I'm gonna go to Lucas's channel right now. He's got 34 followers. I'll follow Lucas right here. And any okay. He ain't got nothing.
I'm excited, right?
But I followed you. So if you put something up, I'm gonna dislike it.
Let's make a better one. Okay, but before that, be prepared for one of Colin Furz's amazing sponsored section.
Imagine if every part of your daily routine from the days before...
Sitting down these data brokers and removing your information.
So, take your...
This guy's goofy. I like him. I think he's cool.
Ah, we're back again. Okay, now this time I'm...
Yeah, you got me there. You got me there, Lucas. Checkmate. Checkmate.
...using an actual skateboard. And I'm just trying to think where am I going to put the magnets. Too close together, and I don't...
Arden's Shire says 16 years later. Hi, chat. So my daughter is dating an athlete. No, absolutely not. It's not going to be. I don't have any daughters. I have 0 daughters. I don't plan on having a daughter. There is no plan for me to have a daughter. Okay? It's not going to happen. All right? My dad has a daughter, and it's not me. And it's been nothing but trouble for him.
I think it worked very well, but too far apart, and the trucks will stick out.
So I'm not gonna go down that road.
From the skateboard. So I think I'll kind of split.
No, I don't know yet. I'm not. You guys say yet. It's not going to be.
Split the difference and go like.
How much? How much are you gonna pay me? Pay me to have a daughter, and I'll you pay me a certain amount. How much do daughters cost? $600,000 or $700,000. I'll have one of those. You give me that amount of money, and I'll be like, okay, this is enough to cover a daughter.
Kind of half and half. Now, I'm going to use it.
Daughters drain money. Sons create money, right? They make money. Daughters just piss it away.
Aluminium base plate again, but rather than housing the magnets in plastic, I'm going to house them in
Roll
stainless
those
steel.
fucking dice.
This is non-magnetic.
All right, boots on. One is $3. Is that towards the daughter fund? Let's see what this is. Can I play this? Is it going to burn me? I don't care. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
That's better. After a hard day's work, I feel like a faggot.
Well, we're all in now.
In fact, I feel like two. Let's make it a whole bunch of faggots. I must have some around here somewhere. There we go. Mr. Brain's pork faggots. A firm family favourite since 1925. First made by Herbert Hill Brain, a butcher from Bristol. Mr. Brain's pork faggots are now loved across the country. They're tasty and convenient. Mr. Brain's caters for all faggot-loving families, large and small. Lovely. Beautiful.
And why does he get to say it? Why does he get to say it and I can't? Because I'm a boat club member. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want you to like call them and be like, "Hey, you go this guy." Whatever.
Succulent. Faggot balls. Tasty. And good for the whole family. Yeah. So remember, kids, after a hard day's work, there's nothing better than having a warm, tasty faggot in your mouth. Oh, I'm stuffed. That's the trouble with faggots. If you have too many of them, they can fill you right up. Oh.
Hold on. This dude has 130. This dude has 138,000 subscribers. That's what he does. This is how did he get away with this? Because I know my shit. I'm gonna get a fucking community guideline strike for that probably. I would be surprised if I didn't. I'm going to get a community guideline strike. Thanks, guys.
I can weld to it so I can make kind of like a sub-chassis, which will give us a little bit of extra strength. Right, let's get it all welded and fixed together. See how we...
If, like, my wife would like to make some F-slurs, I will eat them on stream. All right?
Get on.
But I can't say it. I can't say F-slurs. I can't say it. Because I'm on YouTube. If I hop off YouTube, it's not going to be a problem.
Oh, look at it. It's a double-decker skateboard, Colin.
Yeah. Pay me. You want me to... I'll shove a bunch of F-slurs in my mouth. You just got to pay me for it. Someone's got to pay me.
Right, well, of course, the big question is, Colin, can you actually skate it?
Okay, there is a small problem with this. I can't skate. Bike, I'm good. This, not so good. But despite the lack of skills, how's it actually going to perform? Mine.
He's doing it.
Test goes,
He's doing it
pretty well.
He's heavier.
I bet that's heavy.
But look, he steers.
It's pretty cool.
But of course, doesn't have any brakes.
It's a skateboard. It's not supposed to have brakes.
You can steer it. It's a good first test. But what I think we need to do is we need to slacken these pins off because I can feel the bumpiness in the road being transmitted up through the pins into the board. And we don't want that, so I'm going to stick them on the lathe and shave them down. I've also picked up all the metal pieces that were on that path.
So I turned the pins down on the lathe, put the board back on, and then stood on it to see if I could still feel the coarseness of
Forever Alone says, I'll give you a bell for $1 because I haven't seen you for a while. How many F-slurs will $1 give me? I don't have any. I don't have any on hand. Zero.
Bearings. And to be fair, it didn't feel any different. But then I noticed something. There was a lot of play around these bearings, which made me think...
Harass the two people on... I don't know. How many people are on YouTube right now? Hold on, let me look. It says one person.
It can't be too tight. And then I thought, well, do we need bearings at all? Not just have some plastic.
I got to do the YouTube thing. It's just got to, look, not a lot of people do YouTube, but I got to do it. It's part of the thing, all right? It's just part of it.
Shims. So that's what I've done. Although I may have gone a bit too loose. Okay, this is going to be tricky to skate.
That's a loose F slur. Oh. I don't even have, like, the meatballs. And meatball doesn't work. I can't call somebody a meatball, inferring them as an F slur, because like the whole fun of it is actually saying the word.
Oh my god, that feels weird. It definitely feels more hoverboard-like though. Okay, this is way harder to skate, but it does feel more floaty.
What's the point of the skateboard modification? There's still wheels on the ground. Yeah, no, but like the suspension is magnetic. It's got magnetic suspension. So it's got to be smoother, right? It would have to be smoother.
This has given me an idea. Okay, this is now really difficult to skate because we've got all this extra freedom round here. The old steering's not translating through and I can't steer it so well. But that extra freedom has made it feel more like a hoverboard. I do feel more like I'm floating on magnets. And I was thinking about this. One of the things that I loved about the magnet bike is the fact that you could not feel any mechanical interference. You could just feel the mysterious force of magnetism as you were bouncing on it. So, this is my plan. You're never going to ollie or jump or do any tricks on this because A, it's too high and B, it is blooming heavy. So I was thinking, why don't we start with a longboard? Yes, this is probably the perfect starting point.
Okay.
It's nice and long. You can just cruise around.
That's sick. I like longboards better anyway. I like riding longboards.
On it. So as long as we can keep the steering, we're on to a good thing. So I'm thinking...
I can say pork faggot? I did it. I can do it. Boy, I love the pork faggots. That one probably did not work. That one I don't think is a good one.
We'll have another
that one's going to get me a community guideline strike. Ah, shit.
board above this that will hinge it from the back here so it can bounce on itself, but if you twist the board, hopefully it will transmit.
Oof. I tried. It's like trying to do a kickflip and shit like that. I fucked it up.
Through that hinge and still do the steering, but still remaining floaty. Yes! So, we need to make the mother of all hinges, because as we know, the thing that was detrimental in the bike...
Okay, Ferrell gave a tenner. She says, to one person on YouTube, come over to Rumble and pick a number. Also, Renee's pick a number because that code word joke had me dying.
The frame flex, because the top board is going to want to go from
what
side
was
to
the code word joke? Okay, well, let me look at the code word joke. Where's Renee's? Let me see. I don't know.
We might just be heading down another avenue of problems, but I like the sound of it.
So I whipped out all my measuring devices, and then I took the trucks off, which rather strangely went through the board on this one. But anyway.
Okay, now I see it. Make up a code to use instead, like the N-word. When we were going to the boat club, to like the fancy boat club party, I was like, I'm going to act all sophisticated and I'm going to say the N-word. And then my son was like, I'm going to say the N-word too. And then my wife got mad at me because she's all like, why do you have to fucking teach him that shit? I'm like, I just said the N-word. It's the N-word. I'm not actually saying the N. And then she's all like, yes, but then he goes around saying the N-word and he's 4. He says the N-word. Everybody knows what that means except for him. And then I have to deal with it. And I'm like, that's super funny though.
So I machined some bearing cups out, plasma cut some plates out, pressed it all together, and then
he's not just white. He's blonde hair and blue-eyed white. He is Aryan white.
Tack the board with a hole saw. Give it a dust down, keep things tidy, and then I remove the hole cutting template.
It's a little bit. He's not like. There's no.
Plate and replaced it with my proper stainless steel template, which is peppered with holes which need.
He heard it on TV. What am I watching? Where they say the N-word. What am I watching? SpongeBob?
I then put my bearings over my shaft.
Yeah, they called Mr. Krabs the Caseler. Another one I can't use, right? Right? It was weird. It was a weird episode. They called Patrick a lazy N-word, and then Mr. Krabs was a Caseler, and then Plankton, they called him a Jeet. I don't know what Plankton would be.
Giggity, put the carriers on the plate, welded it all together, and mounted it on the board. Now, with it all
I don't want them to think I get BET in my house.
fixed on and a plate fitted to the other side of the board for the other magnet, it's time I turn my attention to the top board. So, rather drilling holes through another long board, I thought we'd do initial test with a bit of 12mm ply. It might prove to be a bit flimsy, but it's better than wrecking a board. So, with all the top plates mounted up, welded up and fixed, it's time to screw the board to it, add the magnets, and see if it works.
Now, Freeside's moping over on YouTube. Now, Freeside's like, I'm just going to sit here alone on YouTube. Because he's moping. Oh, he left to go to Moon. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. I'm the only one that can see what he's saying.
As soon as I stood on it, I knew immediately that this was better. We get in there! Okay, let's find a smooth road, give it a test.
I think it's probably so freaking heavy, dude.
Oh yes, this was fantastic.
You're gonna bust your ass on that thing.
It steered nicely, it was nice and smooth, and I was starting to get that mag-bike feeling of just bouncing on a cushion of air. Also, great job on the hinge, Colin, as there was no wobble from side to side from the top board.
I mean,
this
pretty
one
good.
is way better. My left foot.
Okay, now Arden's there.
It literally feels like it's floating on air. My right.
Doesn't that looks fun? I would ride that. I would absolutely ride that.
My foot stood above the hinge, not so much. So is there a way that we can get them both to feel like my left foot?
You know, we could all just go over to we could go over to what is this? Locals. We could go over to Locals. People are watching over there. More people watching my Locals than I'm on YouTube. But now it's a 50. It's an even split now.
This is good. I can't feel the hinge. I can't feel.
Why am I so stuffy?
This is.
Am I stuffy? There's a lot of pollen in the air.
This is nearly a hoverboard, guys. This is nearly a hoverboard, and it steers. It's beautiful.
Now Farrell's over there. Is it just like okay? Everybody, let's go over to YouTube now. So John can't make any money.
Well, they're coming uphill. Blooming hard work. I can see
you can't even donate to me on YouTube. I don't have enough subscribers on YouTube for you to be able to donate, which is retarded. You're not even allowing people to send me money because I don't have enough people following me for them to. What? Why would that make sense? YouTube is retarded and gay.
Well, not many people.
They're a bunch of meatballs. They're N-word. And when I say N-words, I mean they're F slurs. It's overcomplicated.
He's knackered. Now, because this is such hard work, Rick has arrived with the tow vehicle. Also, when you jump off it, it does that. It kind of laughs at you. Yeah, this could go wrong. Right, go for it, Sim.
Oh, he's gonna sketch it.
In the video when I said I couldn't skate, do you think I should be doing this?
She's over there looking for Freeside. She's like, Freeside, come on. It's like a cat that ran away. He's not coming home. Big B truckers over there. See, that's a good thing about Locals. You can post memes and stuff. And they're always bad, dude. They're always the most racist memes.
Okay, this is really positive. It's starting to feel a lot like this. It's blooming brilliant.
It's
But I'm
overboard.
thinking, can we get rid of this hinge? Because we ideally want to be able to see the top board. We want to see all the way underneath it. And this is kind of interrupting that. So I've been thinking, is there a way that we can kind of hold it in its position with cables? Okay, now to find out this critical piece
So are you going to do like one of those weird floating tables, but you're going to do it...
of information, I have made this. Yes. So we have got the two magnets repelling. But in this top plate, there is a range of holes going from straight above these little bolts here, where we're going to thread the cables, and then we can move them further and further in to know which works best, if at all. I've got some bicycle
Okay,
cable
this
here.
looks
which we're gonna
sketchy.
thread through. Are you going to work?
Hold on. Let me check my email. I'm sure YouTube is emailing me and saying my channel is banned. Not yet. Not yet.
That one. We'll do straight above first, just because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, Colin? I don't know. Why wouldn't you? Why would you do any of this? Right, let's get you about level. I reckon somewhere. Right, let's take the clamps off. Right, let me unscrew these bad boys and we'll see what sort of mess we're going to get in. Right, Colin put some weight on it. Yeah, because rather than going down, look, he pushes it across. There's Colin on his skateboard. It's kind of weird though, because is the moving around actually going to feel quite hoverboard-like? Let's go full 45 now. There's no point doing the incrementals. Come on, Colin, we've not gone all day. Go straight for 45. Right, we have got them diagonal. What's going to happen, internet? Colin's
Is it
gonna
going to explode, dude?
like, oh, it's definitely more
Futon.
stable. Oh!
With $3, John, say... No.
So you get a bit of a wonk on. Is that good? I don't know. If that can translate into the steering.
No, I'm not
we ain't
gonna say
know
that.
this till we make it. So, of course...
I mean, you're right. I agree with you. I mean, that sentence is factually correct, but I can't say that.
Now, what are we going to do? We're going to make a board that's held together with wires.
But everybody knows. Everybody knows that that is a true fact. So it's like, you know, I don't even have to say it because it's just so well known. It's just so well known. You gonna make an end tower in my YouTube chat, Farrell?
So rather than ruining another longboard, I just cut one out of ply, put the magnets in, of course had the usual fight with all my metal tools, slid the board over, and of course you got to stand on it, because why wouldn't you stand on it? I then clamped the boards together, ready to thread the cables in, and I was like thinking, rather than having one cable go diagonally, why don't we have two cables going diagonally and cross them over? What a brilliant idea.
Dude, this is so dangerous, because like those magnets can like shoot up and hit you in the face, or you know, the cables could explode and that thing could hit you in the face, or I don't know. Just dealing with magnets like this is dangerous.
With the cables trimmed and fixed back, how's it looking, Colin?
Okay.
You guys are working on it, but I'm okay. So NIG. Who the hell is Dryce Dick? Never seen him comment before. But the only time he comments is to be in a fucking end tower on YouTube.
Hey, is this going to work? Now,
the one time. He usually stays quiet, but he's like in on this. He's like, yo, G. There you go.
I haven't counted the
Thanks, bro.
the magnets into the top board because I wanted as much gap in between the
I don't care who you are, Dan Snot.
two boards as possible. However, that may work against us because obviously the wires are going to be under a bit more strain.
And then he called me a meatball.
Obviously, since then, I've had a crisscross idea. Right, let's take these off. Right. Bicycle brake cables. Are they going to be strong enough? It's gone all wobbly. Get your hands out of the way, Colin. Just.
I would be afraid of this thing.
Ah. No. This could prove very bad.
So I did manage to push the magnets apart, and I realised my mistake was having the cables in line rather than diagonal and inward facing.
It's all good.
There you go.
And
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that, dude. Oh, yeah. We all know what that's like. Trying to put some shit together and then it's just like...
A few moments
I don't know who Lucas R20 is. I imagine that's nobody.
later. So, I
Go ahead and dislike that stream, too, while you're at it.
have mimicked how we had
It's got no upvotes, but it'll have a downvote.
the cables on the test rig. Because I was looking at it thinking, like, why did that not work? Why did it fail so badly? And the only thing I could think of is because we had the cables...
Hold on. Let me pull up my YouTube. Let me pull up my YouTube. I want to see how you guys are doing over there, because I'm sure you guys are gonna make me proud. Hold on. How do I switch account? Blah blah blah. There we go. 134 over on YouTube. It's getting there. It's getting there. I just need like 400, 330, a number more. I need a number of people more before they even allow me to take donations, which is like fucking wild, dude. It's fucking wild. Let's see. NIGG. Oh, you guys pulled it off. You guys pulled it off. Congratulations. I will add a smiley face emoji. Hold on. Okay, I'll add that one. There we go.
Inside the magnets, not around the magnet.
We're doing good work tonight, guys. Good job. Good job. Good work.
So, is this gonna work? Well, that's a good sign. Oh, I think this is the one. This is the one, guys. 3, 2, 1, and can I stand on it?
People are over in locals just posting memes. Just okay. Go check out my locals, guys. You have to pay for it, but like, there's some stuff like reasons to live. Most of us will probably live long enough to see the date 4/20/2069. Okay. I will be like 75. Probably. There's a good chance I will. There's a good chance I'll make that. There's a chance.
Not really.
All right. Looking on the bright side. Look at me. John, looking on the bright side.
Is it?
So, some serious staring was in order.
Okay, we have 3 wonderful magnet boards. Ironically, the one with my name on it didn't work at all, but this, the first one, what a great way to start this project. It actually worked. It floated along lovely, but these 2 pins, we don't like the look of them, do we? No, let's try and get rid of them. So we made old Hingy up here. Now, this worked fantastic. 50% of it felt like an actual fully working hoverboard. But of course, we don't want to see this big hinge, do we? That was the idea with the cables. You can see right through it, lovely. But it didn't work. So, let's have one last attempt to try and see under it as much as we can. Maybe the solution is a combination of these 2.
So with that in mind, I have one last attempt and one idea to try to see if we can finally crack it.
Why not put it... So wait, he rented a DeLorean? Or did he find a guy with a DeLorean?
Yes, we have the Colin First magnet board. We've ripped off Back to the Future graphics. Oh yeah.
Okay, it looks sick. Okay. Okay. It looks sick. That looks cool.
Yes, very dramatic, Colin, but does it work? Right, check this out. Oh yes, people, it totally works.
Oh,
all right, that's pretty
so
sick.
Much smoother.
That's pretty sick.
Now with a refined connection system, the board floats up and down with 0 friction, giving the sense of pure hovering.
This literally is bouncing like you're on a cushion of air. This is unbelievable.
Are you guys just trying to say slurs? I like the video camera. Okay, let's see how they're doing over there on YouTube now. Getting a lot of YouTube comments. Single letter comments. FAGEOFA. You can't even do it. You get too many people there. Everyone's just confused.
And as well as a smooth feeling,
everyone's just leaving Rumble and going to YouTube or my locals. What's going on over at X? Nobody over at X? Hold on, let me check out X. I want to see what's going on over at X. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, all right, hold on. How do I go comments? Yeah, there's nothing over there. There's nothing over at the live chat. You actually have to pay for that.
It works. You can use it like a...
Yes, Farrell. How can I help you? Farrell, how can I help you tonight? My producer, Farrell, wants a word with me. Yes, Farrell? Can I help you? Farrell? Farrell.
A normal skateboard.
I see too many different species.
And when filmed in slow
Renee's picked 15. Arden picked 27. You meatball. Hurtful. All right. Renee's first with 15. Let's see it. All right, that's 4. And then Arden picked 27. Big B Trucker just says G over on the YouTube ad. 28. So close. That was close. And I'm not a meatball slur. You're a meatball. You're one of those. You're one of those.
motion, you can see how much the board actually floats up and down on the magnetic board.
You were an X starting another F slur tower. Hold on. I want to see that. I want to see that. I don't see any chats starting over there. I'll join in. If it's on X, I'll join in and I'll make the F slur tower with you guys. I'll do it on YouTube too. Hold on. Hold on. There. There. I'm starting it. I have the power to comment across all of my platforms. And so, here we go. Hold on. F. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. G. This is going to be very difficult.
My other question is, does this actually work as suspension on like some rougher ground? So, up at the barn, the concrete has these grooves cut into it. I attached a glass of water to a normal longboard and skated it and filmed how much it slogged about. I then repeated on the magnet board and you can see there's a considerable difference. And on the slow-mo...
That is a considerable difference.
You can see the board vibrating and bobbling around, but the top board remaining relatively steady. But what about really bumpy ground? Well, the town I live in has very old cobbled streets. How's it going to cope with this? Well, you can clearly see the bottom board is having a rougher time than the top board. I then tried going off the curb, but I think we found the limit of my skating ability now.
No, he pulled it off better than me on my one wheel.
Definitely best.
Which I can do now. I've gotten better.
On a nice smooth surface.
All right, hold on. No more towers? No. Okay, so my producer is telling me. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So my producer is telling me no more F slur towers. Gotcha, producer. N.
Aside, it's just plain good fun.
Okay, this is the best version by far. Now, I know some of you might look at this and think, Colin,
it's not
you
a
could
nap
just put
tower.
springs underneath it.
Those people do nap though.
It would do the same thing, but it wouldn't. Bouncing
Renee
on...
says no, John. By Farrell. Featuring... What the hell was that? Am I having a stroke?
Like magnetism is so much different. It's like frictionless. It
Lucas is hard at work over in the YouTube chat.
generally feels like a Kushner bear. It
Hard
does feel
at
like a
work,
hoverboard.
dude.
And the key to that...
My God, he is furiously typing slurs out on it. And it's got to be amazing because, like, there's got to be, like, his keyboard's probably pretty clean, except for, like, the N and the G and the F. They're all worn to shit, dude. I gotta let him know.
That
my love for meatballs.
Getting these bits here to be as frictionless as possible. Now, this wasn't like Mark III. This is like Mark 7 or 8. There are so...
Forest Mommy, she says this guy's kind of cute minus the British part. But, like, we're not even focusing on that. We're building towers like Babylon up in this shit, okay?
Many different alliterations to get this.
Focus.
It's right.
I tried too small.
We're at work here, okay? Notice the Charlie Chaplin stash. It's Charlie Chaplin, by the way. I haven't seen you for a while, so there is so much to catch up on.
Pins either side of the back.
I'm part of a boat club now. See? Boat club. And so I'm now going to be boating. We We thought up some names. Jenny from the dock. It's going to be my boat. It's one of them. There was others.
Magnet, but this wasn't strong enough. I tried 3 pins, but this wasn't much better. And again, it was the linear bearings causing all the problems. So I tried 2 fatter pins round.
A lot of anti-Semitism going on in the YouTube chat.
Bearing the sleeves at the end, and well,
it's not even anti-Semitism. It's just Semitism.
I didn't get there. I then thought, why round? Why not square? This actually worked a lot better, but with jam up. So I experimented.
Oh, now, okay. Freeside says, first of all, Freeside had a 6-hour drive, and now he's going to go hang out with his wife instead of hang out with us. Okay, I guess we know where your priorities lie.
With fitting bearings.
With your family.
Inside some 3D printed sleeves, and then I would mill a slot down the side of the square tube.
I'm not going to say anything.
Tubes for them to run into. And once slotted into the board, some flange plates were screwed onto the end to stop it from popping back through. The final board was
not
put
my
out on
boat.
the CNC router to make sure it was absolutely.
Just write stolen boat on the side of the boat. Stolen boat. Yeah, this is the SS Stolen Boat, and yep.
Absolutely perfect. Now, the baseboard was made from 12mm polycarb, but this on its own was a little bit too flexible. Oh, that's a nice jumper, Colin. What? Anyway, if you stood on it, it just bent. So I had to double it up and do 2 layers. But the extra flex in the base...
How heavy is he going to make this board, dude?
Actually helps with the bounciness of it all.
Okay, so is there a better way that we can do this? With the bike, it was obvious how we can improve that, but this is a little bit more tricky. Now, we could just have one of these pins, maybe one big fat square one at the back, a little bit like the hinge. Not sure that would make it much better, but it's an option. Is there a way that we could sort of lock the magnets in place with magnets at the side? Might work when you're not standing on it, but would it be skateable? So, ideas in the comments, because sometimes you guys come out with some absolute brilliant ideas. And of course, this board essentially did come from a comment. The guy, Don Brown, who actually gave me the idea, is actually one of the guys behind Etnies, whose shoes I've been wearing since I was 16. So I think that's kind of...
Really? Weird. Weird.
Cool. Now, thanks to Magnet Store for supplying the magnets. They got so excited with the magnet bike, they had to...
Can you guys buy me some magnets? I don't care what kind of magnets, just send me some magnets. Okay, we're going over to Magnet Store. We're going over to Magnet Store, guys. Here we go, Magnet Store. Hopefully it is not porn, because I'm... And you know what? It wouldn't shock me that it is. Magnet Store. Let's see what kind of magnets they got. And you guys got to buy me some magnets. Hopefully it's not porn. Please don't be porn. We got Meatballs Towers in the chat. Exactly. Why is Magnet Store taking so long? Please, Magnet Store. Please, Magnet Store. It's going to fry my computer. Please, Magnet Store. Come on. Magnet Store has gone down permanently.
To be involved in this and absolutely love the project. So if you want any magnets, go and check them out. And they are work on the seat.
If John was cool, he'd have magnets in his store, like branded Sulk Stream magnets, just with my face on it, or just like a silhouette of my mustache.
He jumped on my shoulder.
Oh, you got a shoulder cat.
He jumped on it.
Yeah, he's a shoulder cat. Come on over. You want to show people the...
He just jumped on my shoulder. Look at that.
He's just hanging out there. Hi. Hello.
Say hi to Dad.
Hello. Hello. He's just hanging out.
He just hopped on there.
He's just like, this is good. Okay. He's purring.
He's purring.
Yeah, I hear it.
Bye.
Forest Mommy says hi.
Hi. Hi, Forest.
She says hi.
The garage car lift is going on in the background. But until then, subscribe, because what an awesome project. I mean, where am I going to keep all these magnet boards? Because I can't keep them next to each other. This one up here, look, is stuck to the ceiling. I could stick them to the side of the secret garage, I suppose, because it is metal.
Okay. Alright, I appreciate that. Oh, I guess I'll watch the magnet bike one. I don't care. Whatever. I had a completely different idea of what we were going to talk about, but we didn't talk about that shit at all.
Suspension on a bicycle was not done by dampers or shock
We
absorbers.
didn't talk about that shit at all. It was something about private equity. I think we got maybe a couple minutes into the video, and then I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Oh, no. First of all, we had audio problems the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Doesn't matter.
Or springs, but opposing magnets.
If you get a jet ski, I will buy you a magnet fishing kit. I already have a magnet fishing kit. And I'm in the boat club. We're boaters.
Now there's an idea.
Okay, and I've got a bit of form when it comes to suspension and bicycles, because a few years ago I made this, the Bicycle of Springs, where practically the whole bicycle is suspension. And bikes in general, I do like them. I've made jet bikes, I've made bikes that change shape, I've even made a bike which has got ice for wheels. So, I want to use the invisible force of magnetism to act like a spring. Now, this video is sponsored by Insta360.
This guy's got 13 million subs, dude. He probably makes tons of money.
The amazing Ace Pro 2 camera. Any footage that is shot on that camera will have this little logo in the corner. And of course, it's Christmas coming up. If you don't know what to buy your dad or any of your family,
Yes, we have a new limited edition furs hoodie and t-shirt. And as with all my merchandise, it's made from super strong and super durable material. And if you
I also have shirts. Right here. They're somewhere. You look for them.
want to get dad something for Christmas,
I'm really good at plugging my merch.
we got socks, because we love socks as dads do. So click the link on screen or the product tag, and you might be looking
Look, he's got a fucking whole box of shit. I don't have that. How do I get me a box of stuff? How do I get a Sulk box? Right? It's a Sulk box. It's filled with allergens, right? It's just like cat dander and fucking I don't know, itching powder. It's filled with ground up peanuts, shellfish dust. It's just a box of allergies. Buy it at your own risk.
The last 30 bundle boxes. Right.
I don't know. I don't know why I would sell you a box of anaphylactic shock.
What about this bike, Colin?
Okay, rescued a bike from the scrapyard. It's a woman's bike.
I'm not paying more than $4.99 a month for my box. It's like a mystery box, and you get a different terrible allergen. You might not be allergic to it, but one of them you might be. You don't have a shellfish allergy? That's okay, because you have a peanut allergy. This one will kill you. And here's the rub. I'm going to charge $1,000 for a Sulk brand EpiPen. That's where I'm going to get them. Right? The allergy box is only going to be $5 a month. The allergy box is $5 a month. You get a new allergy, but the Sulk brand EpiPen is $1,000.
But don't worry about it. It's going to get altered. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to put a pivot.
I'm going to make so much fucking money or go to jail for so long.
Point on the end of the down tube. Also, one on the end of the chain stays. And then essentially what this will do is when you stand on the bike, it will want to squeeze the bike together at the top. So our opposing magnets are going to sit up here on the top tube and also set on the seat stays if I can fit them in. Now, before we do any of this, I need to know what forces we're dealing with. Because like when Colin's...
John, you buy a bunch of shit at cost and you put it in a box and upcharge the shit out of it. I have a bunch of stuff. How about this? A mystery box of the stuff around my house. How about that? I won't buy a bunch of random shit off of Timo and send it to me. It won't be like Sulk branded. But it'll just be like my personal effects. $100. And I will send you a few items. It could be my Crusader hat. Or this thing. I got this thing right here. This was a gift, so I'm not going to That has to stay with me. It could be my lint rollers. It could be pictures of my family. It could be my photo album, my family photo album, my wedding album.
It's on this bike.
I just start putting Jess's stuff in there, right? Oh, you don't like it, Jess? That's okay. We can put some cat dander in there too.
And there are these gaps, and he stands on
cat dander,
and it wants to squeeze together. How much is it squeezing? Because
I do need the hat for the boat. You're right. Captain John Sulkington. Why is this filthy? Because I have kids. That's why. There we are. There we go.
However much it squeezes, we need to repel, if not a little bit more.
John should shit in a box, send it to others, and put it in their enemies' doorsteps. It's a subscription service. Yeah. I mean, who's going to DNA test my shit?
So I need to make like a bit of a jiggy thing that kind of measures that somehow.
And then if they did, they'd be like, why is a random streamer who lives on the other side of the country? Did they fly to your house and shit on your front porch?
Jiggy time!
Did I? I don't know. I have an alibi.
Oh, look at this beautiful contraption.
I didn't get an honorary
Mad about
degree
the
in
bullying?
science
Yeah,
for nothing.
probably. That would be me, yeah.
Okay, so the thinking behind this, I don't know how scientific or accurate this is going to be, but essentially pivot here, this is going to mimic the pivot we've got on our bicycle. This is essentially the rear triangle. This is like the front of the bike and then down to like the front axle of the end of the forks.
This looks like it's going to be dangerous.
So, I stand on this, it pushes against the scales, therefore giving us a reading, I would hope. Colin's on the bike, and it, 30 kilograms, is that it? I suppose, now you see, this is the thing you see, because if it was down here, you'd expect it, because I'm 80 kilograms, so would you expect it to be, look, the closer it gets here, the further down it gets, the heavier it gets. Well, let's check. Let's flip it on its side. Right, let's put you a bit further down. I've got to be careful with the scales, they're my next door neighbours. So, and I know you're thinking, Colin,
why?
You dug a whole underground system in the front garden. Surely breaking his scales is not going to be an issue. This could be the straw that breaks it. Right, let's go halfway down. So if it's 30 here, oh, yeah, this has got, that's 50, I think. No, 45. 45, so we have 45 kilos here. So we have got heavier, so I'm guessing right down the bottom, there we go. Yeah, 70. So of course we're near the 80 of what's maybe the maximum it can be. Now of course the only thing we need to consider now is when you go over a bump or a jump, you've got a bit of inertia there, so it's probably going to do more. Okay, so 35 kilos, bare minimum, is what we need to be repelling.
Now, I remember ages ago I did buy some big magnets, so fingers crossed these do the job.
Right, got.
Are you still doing the N-word thing? You're still doing the N-word thing? I just noticed that John is having fun and not yelling at Knobs. Yeah, because Knobs isn't here to ruin my good time.
Got these two discs.
Thank God, dude. No wonder. I was thinking about giving up on this show because I'm like, I don't get it. Why is this so not fun? It's because Knobs in here is saying stupid shit all the time.
Push them together. I don't know what I've got these for, by the way, but anyway.
Nice hat.
Now, these are made of
Thank
iron.
you.
These aren't that strong, but I've also got these rectangular neodymium ones. Now, I can tell these are more powerful because even in the packets, they don't want to be anywhere near each other. But me saying that doesn't really help, and we don't know what they're repelling, so we need a little testing rig. This, the magnet pushback tester. Ooh, pushback. Okay, so in the bottom we've got a magnet with its north side facing up, and then screwed to the bottom of this bit of wood we have a magnet with the north side facing down. So when you put this in here, it's a loose fit and let go, it bounces on its magnetic repulsion. Look at that, look. Interesting.
This guy's a nerd, dude. But I like him. He's probably making millions of dollars, too. So good for him.
Bucket, put that on there, and then we can fill it up with water. And then once we get down to, I think, like a 30 or 40 mil gap, we'll know how many litres of water, litre of water, kilogram of weight. We can see how much repulsive power it has. 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo. A little mark, look down here when it gets to 30 mil. 4 kilo, 5 kilo, 6 kilo. Oh, one more. 7. So about 8 kilos.
Not very impressed with that, if I'm honest with you. I thought it'd be a bit more. So I either need a bigger, more powerful magnet, or I'm going to need a lot of magnets. Either way, this is going to get expensive. Sponsor time! Right, Ace Pro 2, here we go. The Ace Pro 2 is a...
Comment removed by moderator says the N-word thing will continue to be N-words. Cease. Okay. Well, continue to be a thing until N-word cease to N-word. All right. There we go.
Rugged and hard.
I want to participate.
Wearing camera. But it's not just an action.
You guys get to have all the fun on this show. I don't get to have any fun. I don't have any fun. I just think of things to like put in boxes to send to you guys. Old soda cans. Some stuff over there. Would you like that stuff over there? Guess what I'm going to bring over. Guess. All right.
Action camera. It gets beautiful, crisp shots.
If you guess what I bring over, you can have it. I'll send it to you.
Super long battery life means you can run time lapses for hours. It's packed with different lighting profiles to give a range of colour effects. But it's not just about the camera. There is some fantastic add-ons you can now get. There's a wireless microphone.
All right.
Testing.
So you can still capture audio from a distance.
Right, I think if we get this level across here.
There's replaceable lens covers should you damage the lens. And now there's an extra wide
angle. This thing. It's a Spartan head that we actually got in Greece. I remember we bought this in Greece on our honeymoon. So I can't send that to you, but that'll go right there. That's actually pretty nice. Plant? These aren't props. These are just things in here.
Angle lens cover to give you an even wider shot. And so you can hold the Ace Pro 2 like a traditional camera. There's the Explorer.
Nope, no cat. No butt plugs. Nope.
Which makes it feel like an SLR in your
Those are installed.
hand. There's even a click-on printer, so you can take pictures and print them out instantly. And now the Ace Pro 2 comes in this beautiful white. But then once it's all welded up, you can remove the top tube.
Oh no, my bicycle!
Okay. Now, I used taper bearings down here on this bearing because the key thing with this is when the magnets are set up here, they don't want to go against each other. They're going to want to kind of push side to side. So if there's any...
It's not a real plant. It's a fake plant. It's made of plastic. So there's no law against that. It's not a real plant. It's a ghost plant. It's a ghost plant. But I don't care. I'll send stuff across state lines.
Slack in that joint, the whole thing would kind of be all a bit...
I'll commit all kinds of crimes.
You don't want that. It would...
By the way, don't clip that or tell anybody ever.
Feel terrible.
I'll commit all types of crimes. You can really take a lot of stuff out of context.
It'd be terrible. Whereas, of course, with taper bearings, the more we tighten it up, the more they push themselves together.
Thank you, Lucas.
All their own slack.
Thank you for that.
Now,
at least you guys are really filling up the YouTube these days.
Before we've set up the magnets, obviously, we need our better magnets. Oh, Colin's been online and found some. Yeah, so a bit of internet searching, I found this website called Magnet Store. And look at this bad boy. 50 by 50 by 50. This has got 208 kilos of...
All right, Magnet Store. You guys are going to buy me some magnets. Strong magnets. Strong. Okay. Is this just like the longest? Like, where is this? Where's the server for this thing? On the moon? Jeez. Terrible. Terrible. Where is it? There we go.
Yeah, so why go
now?
Pulling force. Surely that's got to do the trick. Okay, they have arrived. Now I know already that these magnets are strong because if I turn the box up, they will take screws out of my hand and stick onto them. Now there are two of them in here. Right, you sit in there. I've took my phone and everything out of my pocket because it would destroy electrical items.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've bambooed up myself some more 3D prints so I can lock these onto the end of my pushback tester. And then we can see how much more powerful they are.
So I very cautiously got them out their boxes and fixed them onto the end of the pushback tester. And I could tell, even trying to put the screws in, these were powerful magnets.
Okay.
Which of course immediately meant I wanted to try and stick it to something. So having got a bunch of tools stuck to the magnet, I did think of a potential useful application for this strength. Yes. Stick one to the bottom of your bolt tray and you ain't spilling them anymore. However...
Oh, I can't get them off now.
I can't get it off my grips. I can't get
That's
it off.
dangerous, dude.
Oh, got it. Be careful with these, Colin. Don't let...
It's not going to be a penis this time, Farrell. I've learned my lesson, all right? I haven't learned any lesson. I don't do anything different. It could be a penis, right? It could just be a penis that pops up.
Get stuck to anything.
That cum calculator thing is never going to... I'm never going to live that down. That's always going to be a thing here.
I then steadily lowered them together. Now,
You guys all saw it. You guys all saw it. You saw the penis and the calculator. You guys all saw it.
I wasn't sure if I'd got them the right way round, so these could snap together and I never get them apart again, but luckily enough, I got it right. And yes, they were definitely harder to push together. So much so that I sat on it and I broke my plate.
Oh! Go on, Chubby. I mean, I can. They're definitely stronger.
Okay, tub's full. It's just above the mark. This is about 15 to 16 litres. That is half what we need. I say get 2 magnets, put them side by side on the bike. Let's see if that works. Get on with it, Colin.
Dangerous. You're doing something dangerous, dude.
Okay, my bike has transitioned from a woman to a man, very 2025. Now, not you thinking, Colin.
Okay,
Why
all
did you
right.
put that on in one piece and cut it afterwards? I don't know, all right.
I saw a well-adjusted black lady just set them on fire in her cardigan. What are you talking about?
Right, just stop going on about it. It was a mistake. It would have been easier to do that. Now, these are the magnets, or these are mimic magnets. These are going to have to sit up here. I have made this little...
Ardenshire, stop clipping my admissions to crime, please. Okay.
Jig, which I've cut
or conspiracy to commit crime.
out so we can see where the magnets are, what angles I have to cut this tube at. Very nice, Colin. So I'm just going to put a little 6mm plate on the back that they screw to, and I'm going to make it so potentially we can stack them, because I said I think we're probably going to need 2 each side, 4. I'll put them a bit higher, because as we know, the higher up you go, the less force they encounter. So there'll probably one there, one there, one there, one there.
You guys still talking about the plant? A plant? Is the plant the star of the show now? Okay.
I'm just going to do these 2 first, because I am. Yeah, I forgot what I'm saying.
You want me to... I'm not going to set this plant on fire. I'd feel bad for it. Even though it's plastic. It's like... Even though it's glued in there. It is completely... fake. It is a fake plant.
So, no, right, get on with it. Now, with the jig clamped to the frame...
Oh, you're talking about how to steal from big box stores? I don't care about them.
I could mark it up, and then I got a hacksaw, old school I know, and cut the
Ghost
pieces
plant,
out
yeah.
we didn't need. I then made this little tab with captive nuts on the end, welded that into the
I got some captive nuts.
frame, and then got my 6mm magnet backplate and bolted them to this. Now, I've made these separate plates because if I want to reposition the magnets, I just cut out different plates. So, with these fixed on, I checked the position of them. They seem to like they're going to touch and come together properly. Very nice. So
Yeah, I made this plant see-through. This guy makes magnetic bikes and shit. I make see-through plants. Beat that.
Then I got my super
Beat
strong
that
magnets,
shit.
carefully put them into their clamps,
What
even
do
though
you
they
mean,
wanted to
boo?
constantly stick to the nuts, and then I put them to the frame. They snapped in
Why
there.
are you booing
oh,
me?
You can tell there's a lot of power. This bit of wood I put in the back
Don't
to protect
boo me.
them, could barely get it out. Bolted them down and then fixed the second magnet,
Boo
making sure it
yourself.
was well out of the way of the first one, and then ready to test. We slowly brought the 2 together until we could feel them bouncing on their own repulsion.
It kind of...
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I then got on the bike.
It does work, yeah.
It actually feels like real suspension. Okay, this is good. I'm excited about this. Now, of course, if I put my full weight on it and jump, they will touch each other. So I'm going to take these 2 off, change these plates to ones that can accept 2 magnets.
Why are you thumbs down? Don't thumbs down my stuff.
And then we'll see where we're at after that.
So I undid the bolts holding the magnets on, fighting the magnetic forces, and tried to slide the magnets off the bike. This was quite tricky. Jeebus, I'm not making this up. It's that hard to take these off. Then removed the single magnet plate and swapped them for a double magnet plate. Is this going to be any better? Let's move you. This is my little jig to stop it from... Yes, we are okay. They are still repelling. This is working. They won't touch each other. You can get them about 10 mm apart. 10 mil gap. So, I think what we'll do, we'll review the mounting process because I think it looks a bit weird. But before I do that, last experiment, just want to try and do the rear triangle and then we'll see where we're going.
Hey, Feral Pigeon, $20. Dan Renazed, Lucas, and Ardent pick. Okay. Let's see. This guy makes great videos.
Okay, we've got a rideable bicycle. I've ridden it, and it's rubbish. Right, long story short, the magnets touch each other, and we've got no suspension. We've got a list of problems, and let's go through them. First off, it's...
All right, Dan Snot for 18. 18 Dan Snot. Nope. 29. Ardent Chara, 33. Nope, that's 8. Who's next? Lucas and Renazed. Lucas? Renazed? Lucas? Renazed? Renazed? Lucas?
Rubbish. We've got frame twist, essentially. This seat tube, because it's not part of the frame anymore, it just sticks out from the top. When these magnets come to it, they're kind of pushing it to the side, and they can, because it's this tubing that this bike was made of, rubbish, thin as anything, and you can see it moves to the side. That is hampering performance. Magnets need to be high.
Stoner, you're not one of them.
You may notice with these
you're
ones,
not one. You can't just pick a number, dude.
Moved them down a little bit, so they look to.
You can't just pick a number. Don't. You have to pay, or somebody has to pay. Eugene, that's how the wheel works.
More in line with the frame. Now I did this for aesthetical reasons, but performance-wise, it has had an effect. Yes, just moving it down like 50 mil or whatever it must have been, maybe even less than that, 40. They don't work as well anymore. They certainly don't, because when I stood over there, I could feel it, and I couldn't seem to get them to touch very easily. Whereas this thing just touches itself all the time. So I think we need to put them back up there, or, as one of my other things, is joint placement. Now, lifting the magnets up or lowering this joint, effectively the distance between the magnets and the joint is what is affecting performance. So the wider apart we can get them, as we know from our little next door neighbour scales test, the higher up it went, the less force it needed. So if we can get these joints lower, the magnets higher, we're on.
Ben, you're not one either. You are not Renazed or Lucas. Fairly, you're weirdly enough, you're not.
It's hard to pick up.
Stop.
Pick it up like a normal bike. It just goes.
All right.
And falls to bits. I mean, we don't need to worry about that too much in a minute. Oh, and the wedge broke. There was a little 3D printed wedge which
I want to be involved too. Okay.
I put on here because when I first made it, this angle wasn't.
He's very British. Yeah, he's very British.
Right. So I made a 3D printed wedge as like a little bit of a quick fixer. That was okay, but it's not strong enough, and the magnets literally just tore the fixings out of it and snapped shut. Because, you know, these things are strong. It's easy to forget.
He should make some magnet shoes. Right? He should make magnet shoes.
How much power there is in this. And it kind of got me thinking, actually, digressing slightly here. You put a piece of metal to this, or you're trying to work on it on the bench, and everything sticks to it, and it's like, dung, dung, and it's like, you can feel the force. But then you get a piece of wood, doesn't care about it, and it kind of got me thinking, like, what forces and things do we just not know about because we even haven't put the right stuff near them? We just don't know. Because if you were a wooden society, what? You wouldn't know anything about magnetism, would you? What don't we know about? Anyway, Colin, shut up. Right now, before I
correct all these issues.
I like a wooden society.
Just going to put these back up here on the bits of metal.
If Renee's and Lucas don't come back in 5 minutes, Eugene and Ben get to choose. Okay, fine. But they gotta choose something else. They gotta choose different numbers. All right. So all the numbers that they chose are void. All right. So 5 minutes. Okay, by 9:50.
On aluminium plates, so they're easier to get on and off. Because when you put them on the 6mm bit of steel, which I had them on, you couldn't get them off very easy because they're stuck to the bit of metal. So I've made aluminium bits, which has made it slightly easier to work on. I say slightly easier. Right, I'm going to put these back up there, although I don't know if that's going to make much difference because the seat post is still going to go, but I'm going to do it anyway. And the results of that are... nope. So I've still got way too much frame flex. And before we go designing a new one or doing anything, I need to get this sorted so I know what direction I'm going.
All right, I'm going to watch something else.
In 2007, I built a homemade wall of death and rode it on a moped in what was the first proper build project on this channel. This coliseum of pallets and scrap wood sounded like it was falling apart on the first ride. And of course I had a crash.
Oh!
Then it all clicked and I was off.
Alright, I like this. This is cool.
But after 10 years of standing out in a field, the elements had took its toll. The entry ramp had half collapsed, and climbing it wasn't much safer. Once on top, you could really see how much disrepair the wall was in. Even though it was
burn
full
it.
Of nettles,
dude. Bonfire, burn that shit.
And weeds. I had one last job for it. Drift trikes. I have made lots of these amazing machines. I've made a petrol one. Awesome. I've made an electric one. Fantastic. I've even made ones with spherical wheels that you can slide across grass on. But I've never ridden one on a wall of death. Despite the sketchy terrain, I gave it my best shot. But with the drift trike having no suspension, it was just too bumpy.
Whoa!
The more I tried, the more the wall fell apart beneath me. So with the wall of death too old and too...
I know, it's all pallets, dude, and it's rotten pallets, too. That thing is deadly.
Dilapidated, I never did get to ride a drift trike on a wall of death. And now, nearly another 10 years later, I've still got my drift trikes, just need a wall of death.
Oh, he's gonna make another one, okay.
So then, Colin, what's the plan? So, I'm going to construct a new wall of death inside the barn. Now, it can't be as tall as the original due to the ceiling height, but I think we've got enough space to fit the 30-foot diameter beast inside the roof. So we can spin round and do exactly what we need to. However, other than that...
I feel like it's a bad use of space. It's not going to last very long.
Height and the width, it needs to be
but okay,
smooth,
you do you.
which is exactly what the old one wasn't. So we're going to make a big steel cylindrical skeleton and then clad it with plywood. And hopefully that will be smooth enough so I can get the drift trike on it. Right, we're going to make a big steel round skeleton. We're going to have to bend some metal. We're going to need a bender.
Yeah, he does have a nice shop. Probably because he makes millions of dollars doing this. But even before he did that, he probably just had a nice shop because he likes doing this stuff. And I like watching it.
From AMOB, but the manual capacity to this is 40mm. So I've made some extra spacers, so it does 50mm, but does it do 50mm?
Disappointment. We're making textures not there.
Well, it's put a bend on it. It's actually been successful. It has done it. It growls a bit, but I think we're there. Now this isn't the full length of steel, so to do a full length of steel, rather than it going bending and going up into the sky, it's better if we lay this flat so it comes out and goes across like that. Now when this machine was new, it did used to be able to tilt the head over so you could do exactly the process that we want now. But when it was back at home, it was too heavy and cumbersome, so I chopped it down and put wheels on it, and for some reason I got rid of that hinge. So, rather than tilting the head, we're going to have to tilt the whole thing 90 degrees.
He's got a lot of stuff, dude.
Camera shot. Excellent camera shot, Colin. Yeah!
Life was simple. Back in the day, the money error was the only thing that you had to pay. Easy living, enjoy it, fix your me home, and then the
Okay, really happy with how that's bent. I've chopped it in half, laid the two sides on top of each other, and they are dead exactly the same. Now, big picture, basically one length of steel wants to make one panel of frame. And essentially the two sides, which will stick at the end, I cut off the end before I did this. So we've got them two bits, chopped off the 7.5 metre.
He's gonna weld all this shit together.
Bent, and now I've chopped in half to make the two top bits.
So with my steel cut to length and bent, it's now time to set up the fabrication table and turn myself into a wall of death section factory.
Fabrication tables. Siegman, you beauts.
With the fabrication table set up, it was time to cut up more steel to create more sections to make more. Just more, Colin.
All these tools, I bet he's still
Now,
missing the
as you can see,
10
this is
millimeter
extreme.
socket. Yeah, well, that's because everyone is missing them because 10 millimeter socket. The 10 millimeter bolt is really common, so you use it all the time, so you lose it all the time.
Tiring work, which
I don't know why they don't just come with more than one. Just have more than one in there.
means you need a good night's sleep. Brings me very kindly onto our sponsor.
You can just go to a parking lot and find 10 millimeter sockets. I've found 10 millimeter. I've found 9 millimeter sockets, 10 millimeter sockets.
Do you ever
Parking
get
lots,
so hot at night that you can't sleep? Then you need an 8 Sleep. This great piece of tech goes over your mattress like a sheet and brings temperature regulation and control to your sleep. And once you've used it, you'll never look back. Now, for the most part, living in the UK, controlling bed temperature is probably about warming it up. But even throughout the winter, I am someone who gets hot at night. So I kind of thought with the release of the new Pod 4, I would take my 8 Sleep mattress topper to somewhere more extreme and properly test it. So here I am, just a stone's throw away from the equator, and it is hot. It is really hot. So, set up on the bed, it's test time.
Okay, so it's like 35 degrees here at the moment, but it's not just 35 degrees in the day, it is 35 degrees at night. Now, I've checked the bed temperature without the 8 Sleep on it, and it is about 27 degrees. So now, let's switch it on, because this new Pod 4 can go even cooler than the previous.
Okay.
So one of my first problems is, where do I start building?
Okay, Eugene. Eugene picked 34 and Ben picked 17. Okay, fine. Okay, 34. Nope. 17. Also, no. You see, it's tough, right? Unless you have Social Observer coming in, dropping hundos, you know, I guess that's what makes it fun when you do win. It wouldn't be fun if you just always won.
Building this thing, because it's going to take up the whole of the barn at some point, so it is definitely going to be in the way. I don't bloody know.
Then, just like the original, the walls started to take shape.
Okay, people, I'm happy with this. I think this is going to be a complete circle. There's a couple of little issues. The holes don't always line up. Clearly, I'm not very good at marking as what I thought I was. So I've been getting a long drill bit and trying to drill it all through, which does work, but there is a better option. HMT make these little tapered reamers, which go in impact guns. Just put one of them in. Sorts all the problems out. The other issue it will have is if we build it all as a frame first, and then we go to put the ply on, the bottom row will be fine because we can get a clamp top and bottom, but we can't do that on the top one because the bottom one will be plied and then you can't get the bottom clamp round.
You'll get me. You'll get me. No, I mean, you will get me eventually. Arden Show is still working on Sulk. I want to see, like, if we can, like, make Sulk work. I hope we can. I really do hope we can make it work.
It's an issue. I've been thinking about it. So what I'm thinking, we'll take this down, we'll get it all painted, we'll make all the other bends, and then we'll put it all together. I'm going for it.
So, with more sections made and looking...
If I get to pick, then take out your guitar, John. If.
Good. This time I made myself a little jig to drill the holes, so hopefully they line...
Let's see. I mean, if, you know,
I
got it. It's right there.
Then
yeah.
Charlotte painted the sections in preparation to be boarded. Next up is to find out the best way of holding the ply in position while fixing it to the frame. So first off, it's up to the laser cutter to make a jig for...
God, this guy's got all kinds of shit.
...in the plywood. Then place
Dude, how he's got like $1 million in shop equipment
the
here.
plywood on the floor, place the jig on top and drill the holes. Mount the frame up against the posts, put the ply up against the frame and slide up against the end stop. Then a bit of pull up and clampy and push up and pinny and tightly twisty, which pushes the board up to the end stop and pushes it into the curve and takes up all the gaps. Then pilot drill, tap a thread and fix it in place. And repeat 22 times.
God, there's a lot of work. You don't have people helping you with this?
You see all that? That was a lot of work, that was. Took a long time. Right, let's bolt it up and see if it forms a circle.
All right, I would love to see the new experience of Sulk.
Now, in true Furs style, I'd stacked everything where I needed to be working. So I got that shifted.
Don't make it say gay. Don't make it say gay.
But that was going to be the least of my problems.
Don't listen to Farrell. She's not an actual producer, okay? She's not an actual producer here. She has no rights to the show.
Now, to lift the top ones on, I made a winch, and this didn't play ball immediately.
No, I didn't want that.
Now, what you're witnessing in this shot is a real-life puzzle conundrum.
No. I know this is looking good, people, but we've got a whole list of issues which I just can't go on without sorting out anymore. Basically, this is too complicated. There's too many separate bits. They're too heavy. They're too hard to get into position. The top ones, yes, I've made a wonderful winch thing and you pull it up, but you can't push the top sections in from the front. They have to come in the back, and then the bits of wood are in the way, so you have to cut them off. That's not ideal because then you've got bits of wood missing. No! So what I've done, you get the two sections, you lay them on the floor, you get two thinner legs, you bolt them in, so the whole thing is one panel, which of course you can't lift as a human being, which means I've made an adapter for the JCB so it can slide up underneath it, pick it up, mount it, twist it, and put it where you want. I'd say that.
I mean, how much does JCB thing cost? That's probably not his. He probably rents that, right? You would rent that, right?
My little booties is a win. So now I need to do that 11 times, which means I've got to pull this to bits. Ah!
Oh, this was a much better system, which led me to ask questions.
Can I lift two sections at once? Put that down as a can do.
I had a smile on my face. It was going so well.
Nice.
And then I knocked it over.
Okay.
Oh no!
What happened, is it? Punched a hole in it with a light. Yeah.
So after correcting this small mistake, we were back on it, and very quickly, the circle became a full circle.
All right, 23. Farrell says 23. Let's hit 23. Let's do it. And oh no. Oh no.
Oh, we've got a circle. That was.
I know, it's a big ass shop, dude, and he's using so much room to put this thing in. It's not going to stay there.
Easier to put together.
Right?
Now, it's very good, but at the moment we've essentially got this. We've got like a little weak cylinder, because if you give it a good shake, you can see the whole thing wobbling around. So what we need to do a bit of ribbing, people. Yes, by that, I mean we need to put like a bit of a lip round the top of it, give it an angle, stiffen it all up, and this will also double up as a guard, so if anything goes wrong, I can't shoot out off the top. Right. Rimming.
Yeah, good rim job. That's what he needs. That's what we all need, right? There's way too many sharp tools they could use to commit hate crimes in England. Yeah, he's probably got a bunch of permits and shit, though, dude. Right? You have a drill? You got a license? He does have a license, yes. Thankfully, he's not Muslim. That would really be a problem.
So it turns out, after a successful bit of rimming, things have stiffened up.
I get it. I get it. That's a joke. And so is this show. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for everything. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be a boner. And I hope that you guys one day will reach that level of boatiness in your boaty lives. I hope you guys have a good night. Stay strong, stay faithful, make yourselves good cult members. I will see you tomorrow night. Until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, take care of yourselves. Take care about you too. Good night. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies, talking about